Hello everyone, can you hear me? You can post a message in the chat if you can hear me. Mhm. Okay, great. So, yeah, hello again. First of all, I want to welcome all of you here. This is the new iteration of the Rolling Scopes React course, this time Q4. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Ihor Kroshuk. I'm currently being a lead software engineer at EPAM Systems. I've been working with React for, I guess, 7 years already, and I'm being proud to be a part of the team of the great enthusiasts who've been working on this course. We created this course, we've updated it several times, and we will be supporting all of you guys during this iteration. And well, we will be answering your questions. And well, to be honest, I really wish luck to all of you. So today's session will be comprised of the following parts. So first of all, we will start from, let's say, a small presentation. This presentation consists of, let's say, like main topics, which I will try to provide to you. Later, like our next part, we will delve into more details for each of those topics, specifically into those first 6 models and the final tasks and some other questions. I really hope that this will answer like most of your questions, but I am sure that it will raise many more. I'm not sure whether we will have time to answer all of those questions today, but again, like, please be patient, wait for the end of those first 2 parts. And like the last part of today's webinar will be devoted to your questions. So it will be Q&A session, basically. We have, I guess, 1 hour has been scheduled for the session. Well, let's try to be in time. So without further ado, let me start. So new iteration. Let's move on. Okay. Okay. So some details of this course. It's starting today, 23rd of October. We will have 6 models to study the React. You will have tests, theoretical tests, which will help you to deepen your knowledge with the studied materials. And like finally, you will have 4 models for the final task, and you will be working as a team in this for this final task. Well, officially, this course ends on 15th of January, but we will see how it will go. Maybe it will be prolonged, maybe not. Again, we'll see. Okay, so first 6 models. Those 6 models we try to focus on the foundational topics. Well, guys, to be honest, like many things in React, and it's very hard to cover everything during just 6 weeks, which we like scheduled for studying the basics. So for the first model, you will set up a project and you will take a look at the class components. Please don't worry, this is just for 1 model. Starting from model 2, you will have hooks. And at the same time, you will take a look at the routing using React Router. Model 3, you will start with tests. And by the way, from model 3, tests will be the must. Believe me, it will help you in the future. You just need to start doing tests, love tests, and like tests will be beneficial for you in the future. Yeah, and simultaneously with tests, you will take a look at the context API, what it is, what it can be used for. Model 4, state management using Redux. You will also take a look at Redux toolkit and RTK query as a part of the Redux toolkit. So model 5, here like you will be doing some SSR and SSG. For those who doesn't know, like this is server-side rendering and server-side generation. So at least you will know the difference. And for this, you will be using a Next.js with Pages API. So the new version of Next.js has like new API, app API, but we consider that Pages like more mature and should be like studied at first. So and model 6 like forms with two approaches, controlled and uncontrolled component, but again like more details on this a little bit later. Just be patient. So models. Models will be checked during the cross check. What does it mean? It means that you are familiar with this process, at least those of you who are coming from the previous stages. But this time, this cross check will be also including the code review, the cross code review process. Again, more details on this later. And yeah, as I've already mentioned, each model will have its own theoretical tests, which you will have to pass. So moving next, final task. You will be building your own graphical tool. So you will be there will be teams. There will be like three person in a team, three people in a team. You will have to select one team lead. We hope that you will start working together like as a team starting from the first model, maybe. So till that time, you will know like probably who can lead the team, who can guide the team, who can I don't know like set up the work of the team. Like you will see, I guess. And you will have 4 weeks to build this solution. There is no backend required. There are a lot of free backends which you can use. Here you can see like an example of the UI, but it's up to you to create your brand new UI. So, and there will be some more things, but again, be patient. We will delve into this just probably a few minutes later. Okay. The most like intricate question, mentors. Probably you will be having mentors. Let's say no. Let me rephrase. Those of you who are coming from the previous stages and are coming with your mentor, well, you definitely will be having a mentor. For those who like didn't have mentor previously or are new to the course, well, we are not sure. Like there is always a demand on mentors. Like again, mentors are in high demand, and unfortunately, we're not sure that we will be able to provide mentors for all the teams. But this this course is self-paced, so you don't need a mentor to pass the course. So you can finish it without having a mentor. And with previous iteration, like people like did finish it without having a mentor. Interview during the final model, the final 4 weeks. Now we will be you can be conducted. You can pass an interview. So, but interview will be conducted by a mentor. So, a mentor should not conduct an interview for his mentees. Like the number of interviews conducted by a mentor will depend on their free time, their will to conduct those interviews, And you need to understand that mentors are people, are volunteers who are just like devoting their time to all those activities. So again, it's a possibility that not all of you will be able to pass this interview. Okay, moving next. Communication. So, like the main mean of communication will be a Discord channel. You need to ask questions using Discord channel. You can communicate with other students using the Discord channel. But we understand that sometimes like there are a lot of messages, and like to be honest, for us, for the team who is supporting this course, it's very hard sometimes to track everything. And in order to, let's say, to collect like the most important questions, we will be providing you the for each model, we will have a form where you could ask a question, uh, but so we will give you an Excel spreadsheet. It's just a Google spreadsheet. So where we will be collecting all those questions. So before asking a question, you could go to the spreadsheet. We will share it with you. You can check whether this type of question has been asked already. Again, guys, it's just like for like, saving time, your time, our time. So, and after asking your question, we will try to answer it. But again, like, considering that we all like, trying to devote our time for those activities, like just keep in mind that those questions will be answered in batch. So maybe in the evening or in the morning, and again, like we will be trying to like address all the questions, but based on my practice, sometimes people tend to ask like questions which are hard to answer. So please try to use simple English and try to articulate your question. So that's my personal task for you. Okay. Yeah, probably that's all with our small presentation. Thank you very much. And let's go deeper to the rabbit hole. Okay, our course. So here you can see the whole course duration. So we split it by weeks. This is like a final task, and yeah, you can see that we will have some, let's say, holidays, like Christmas holidays, New Year holidays, and like we don't want you guys to take your time from your families for this study. So and just take some break, spend it with your families, and after that we will be able to finish everything. Yeah, here you can see our marvelous team. Believe me, those guys are spending much time on all of this. So some kudos would be really appreciated. Okay, let me go to the first week, React components. What do you need to do? Well, first of all, this course will be using TypeScript. Again, guys, like if you're coming from the previous stages, I don't think it will be an issue for you. Let's be honest, today the TypeScript is heavily used, especially on the enterprise projects. So I don't like envision any project without like any major project like without using TypeScript nowadays. So I don't think it's a big question. You should initialize your new project using Vite with the React.js template, like React with TypeScript. You need to set up ESLint. You can follow the configuration guide. You need to install Prettier. You need to install Husky and add following comments. Again, I don't think I need to delve into much details on each of those lines. I think that those details are pretty specific. Um, Let me quickly just provide you some functional requirements. So first task, you need to pick some RESTful API. Like to be honest, we've provided you a number of APIs which you can choose. But again, it's up to you. You can select something different. But please bear in mind that your API, the API you will be choosing, needs to comply with all those requirements, like requirements from all those modules. So maybe it makes sense for you to walk through all those 5 modules to check all the requirements. Why I'm talking about 5? Because forms will be an isolated module. And okay, so let me go quickly through some points and penalties before moving further. So, like first model will be like focused heavily on like your project setup, like ESLint, Prettier, Husky. So you will get points for this. Um, Starting from next models, like there will be more functional requirements on the points. Yeah, but here you can see that the project setup is important. And penalties. Like TypeScript is in use, like minus 95. Like in some, you can get 100 points. So you can try to use JavaScript like, without TypeScript, but probably doesn't make much sense. This question on my practice usually raises, again, like this point raises a lot of questions. Direct DOM manipulations. What does it mean? Basically, if you are going to try to use get element by ID inside your React, not tests, but inside your React. This could be considered as the root DOM manipulation, or get an element by the class name, or using jQuery for some reasons. Don't know. Like React is something different, so it's a library to render the UI. So please use React. Okay, for the repository requirements, I think you're already familiar with all those things. So basically, you will be using private repository for these tasks, but you will need to expose your private repository during the cross check. And like each new task, you will be creating another branch based on the previous task. So like in theory, you will be exposing your private repository for the first 5 models. But again, like you need to start like exposing your private repository only after first model end. So starting from the next week. Okay, again, all the questions. Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, totally forgot. Class components. The main goal of this model is to take a look at the class components event lifecycle. Also, to take a look at the error boundary. This is the only thing which you cannot implement using hooks. By the way, this is a kind of common question in interviews. Okay, and yeah, let me move next week to React Route. So on this week, you will be making some refactoring, which is also quite common when you're working on real projects. And you will be transition from class components to hooks. Also, in this model, you will be using React Router version 6. There is no need to go with some older versions because like starting from React version 6, they changed the APIs, so it's kind of different now. Again, like you can check scores, penalties, everything listed here, like in the repository. Going next, week 3, tests and context API. So basically on this week, you will be using context API as some kind of like state management solution, which is probably not the best idea, to be honest, but we wanted to give you some kind of a feeling of how can you do it. Also, you will be adding tests. With tests, you can choose the test runner. It could be either Jest or VTest. VTest is more like modern way of doing tests. It has an API compatible with Jest. So I don't know. Me, it's just probably a matter of preference. So, but again, just check, like choose what um, probably is best for you. There is one caveat though. With Next.js model, you might be, I don't know, maybe facing some issues with VTest. So maybe just will save you from some headache in the future. But again, it's up to you. Okay, next one, Redux, state management solution. Uh, we like intentionally decided that we won't be touching like either Mobix or Zustand or something like that, except Redux here. Well, reasons for that is that Redux had been for some time. Basically, like many projects are using Redux nowadays. With introduction of the Redux toolkit, let's say the boilerplate issue like fade away. So it's not like a big deal to use Redux on your project anymore. That's why we are again asking you to use RTK here together with Redux. Also, you will be using RTK query for making API calls. Okay, next week. Okay, Next.js. This week, you will be making changes to the project, but you need to change everything, basically. From Vite setup, you need to go to the Next.js setup. So Next.js is, well, let's say it's sometimes called is a meta framework. So why meta framework? Because some people tend to think that React is a framework. Some people tend to think that React is just a UI library, but okay, this is kind of like biased question. So anyway, like Next.js provides you a way of using React to write full stack applications. So Next.js has its own backend and also allows you to enable server-side generation, server-side rendering. What can you use server-side generation for? For example, you need a page which should be indexed by search engines. In this case, you can't go like with just SPA, single page application. You need to pre-render the content. This is where SSG comes in place and help you in doing that. Also with SSR, server-side rendering, you can like generate chunks of HTML on your server and just return them on demand. So yeah, this is more like a technical task. Uh, I don't think there are much technical functional requirements here. Again, like take a look at those model details. And in case of any questions, again, feel free to ask questions using Discord or the form which we will be providing to you. Okay, week 6. So this is an isolated model. Basically, first 5 models are connected to each other, and they like an evolution. So you start from the first model, you're making updates to it in second, like third, fourth, and fifth. But in week 6, like model 6, you will be doing like brand new setup. Again, use Speed for that with the same template. It should be already familiar for you, so we don't expect big problems with that. You will be adding the same Redux toolkit. React router, but there will be new things here like React hook for yep for the validation. And like this is where you will be creating like three roles. Main will be showing links to the other two roles. Also, main role will be used to gather all the information. There will be a road for uncontrolled components approach and the road for the React hook form. Like more specifically, what is uncontrolled components approach? You can check documentation here. You can check documentation here. You can how to use React hook form. You can change. You can also check documentation here, and we try to provide you the documentation how to use YAP with React hook form and what is YAP all about. Like in a nutshell, YAP is for the validation. Again, more details. Check task description. Any questions, raise them. Okay. Before I will go to the final task. Sorry. So before I will go to the final task, let me quickly show you how the form will look like, how the form which will provide to you with the questions will look like. So you can see that we will ask you GitHub account, and you will provide your question. And here you can check, you will be seeing all the answers. So when you will start putting your questions here, there will be your questions together with some answers. So, and okay, let me go to the final model, graphical. Okay, so graphical. Let me open an example. There is an open source tool which is called Graphical. There is a React library which allows you to use Graphical. Graphical is basically an IDE which helps you to write queries to the GraphQL API. By the way, we have an example. Like this is like live IDE. So you can see here, this is how it looks like, right? So you can see that there's variable section, there's header section, which you can provide. You can put a GraphQL query here. You can execute this query, and you will see the results. Also, API. So when we have the API, we can check the documentation of this API. I think all those details you will get familiar with when you will start working on this solution. But like besides this main graphical page, we want you to add something more. Like we want to, first of all, that you will be adding the welcome page. You will be adding, let's say we want to let's say, simulate the user authentication. And for this, you will be using Firebase. Please don't worry, we provided all the details in the documentation. Should be somewhere here. Oh, I think it is here. Anyway, in case if it's not, we will be updating this documentation. Okay, you can check all the functional requirements from this documentation. A few things which I need to denote. It's really forbidden to use the copy of the code of existing solution. I'm talking about this one. So it's available on GitHub. So please refrain from doing that. There will be penalties for that. Although you can use like copy paste, like from either Stack Overflow, something like, I don't know, maybe you can use ChatGPT for some For some issues, it's not restricted. And one more thing, during the first 6 models, it's forbidden to use any UI libraries, Ant UI, Chakra UI, something like that. But on the final model, so it's up to you. You can choose whatever you want, any CSS framework you want, so any UI components you want. So use your imagination. And again, as for the design, so we are not restricting you. You can use existing solution as a source of inspiration here, but again, it's up to you. You can add something else, you can extend it, but please bear in mind that you need to provide at least editor, variable section, header section, response viewer, and documentation viewer. And one more regarding editor. Your editor, you will be implemented on your own. So you can't use existing solutions. So for editor, you will need to create pretty-fine feature. So it should be able to, let's say, pretty-fine the GraphQL query. Also, your editor will be used in read-only mode on your response viewer. So consider this as well, that it will be used in 2 places. Okay, I think I've covered the most interesting topics here. Okay, probably I can delve a little bit more into the React interview. So for those of you who will be assigned to interview, you can check questions for React interview here. Again, you can get familiar with it during the course, during the first 6 models. Check them, try to find answers. Again, I think it will be helpful. Okay, I think we're mostly done with the first part, and let's go to the, open it again, and let's go to the section part. So I see a lot of questions here, so let me quickly walk through some of them. And yeah, guys, please start asking your questions. Okay, oh, yeah, there have been issues with video. Oh, no, it's not actual anymore. Okay, class components. Oh, yep, that's the point. Again, we deliberately decided to put class components to this course because, well, first of all, you will be facing some legacy projects. Well, I don't know. The probability of this, but most likely yes. Moreover, class components gives you an understanding on like different phases of React component life cycle, like render, pre-commit, commit. Again, maybe it will be a little bit too much at the moment, but believe me, in the future, like you will be, you will get it. So for now, I suggest you to get familiar with class components to understand that there is another way of creating React applications. And again, one more here, error boundary. This is a thing which you can't implement using React hooks at the moment. So you will be learning how to implement React boundary in this first class components model. Okay. Oh, sorry, didn't say that I'm blocking the text. I hope that I really hope that the text hasn't been blocked too much. I can just remove my video. Okay. No. Okay, let me reiterate it. The class components will be only for the first week. That's it. That's it with class components. Just again, like, bear with that for 1 week, please. Okay. Thank you, Andre. Okay, Patrick. Guys, am I audible? I saw the message that I have a bad microphone, so okay, don't see any other messages with complaints for my microphones. Hopefully, it's not an issue. Okay, Mike, 6 models for one fund. No, no, no. We will have one model per 1 week. So this means that 6 models will take a month and a half. Okay. Well, an official language of this course is English, so please try to use it. However, usually there are like several channels in Discord, and there are like Russian-speaking Russian language channels as well. Probably you can try to use them. Okay. Okay, this is kind of interesting question regarding the difference in demand between Angular and React. Well, to be honest, many enterprise projects are using Angular nowadays, and they will continue to use Angular. Angular is evolving, and at the moment, like they are transitioning to the new Signals API. They introduced it in version 16, and now they like introduced version 17, which also heavily uses it. So the choice is up to you, to be honest. So uh, there are projects which are using React. There are projects which are using Angular. Like, everything is in demand, to be honest. So it's a matter of your personal preference. Okay. Okay, when is the first deadline? So the first deadline starts from the next week. I mean, okay, so we have first week which starts on 21st of October, and you have like another week to make a cross check. Oh, so you can consider like 6th of November to be the first deadline, I guess. But yeah, okay, you need to implement your solution in order to this solution to be to pass this cross check. Oh, interesting question. Okay. No, it's not critical on this stage. I mean, about the mentor's roles. Again, if you do not have a mentor, you should not be panicking. Yes, probably it's easier to like, to pass this course with help of your mentor, because mentor will be guiding you, it will be providing you some suggestions. But again, it's not a must. There's one more thing. Mentor can give you some additional points on the final task for your work. But again, you can finish this course without having a mentor. It's possible, and people been doing that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There is kind of discrepancy. We will try to address this. Basically, yeah. So requirements tell that repo should be made private, but again, you will be working in the same repo. So I think it's next to impossible to make it private and again make it public. So we will try to fix that. Can create pull request to separate branch for this repo. Sorry, guys, I didn't get this question. So if you have an opportunity, please type it again in some simple words, please. Repo requirements, all the requirements to the repository are provided in the instructions which you can find on the GitHub. Okay. Yes. Oh, again, discussion about React Angular. I think we've covered this. Discussions about repository. What should I do next after the webinar? So in the description to this webinar, you have steps. So you need to register on the platform and you need to join the Discord chat. So please check the description. Okay, all the materials are going to be available on the GitHub repository. Yep, we are trying to collect the curated list of materials for each model, and you should be using them. But again, you can try, you can ask questions, you can search for Google, you can talk with ChatGPT if you have questions, and first of all, you can use Discord channel. You can use the forum which we'll be providing to ask questions. Like, don't hesitate to ask questions. Okay. Okay, so some answers. Yes, as I've already mentioned, TypeScript is a must, and we set a penalty of 95 points for not using TypeScript. Again, in theory, you can get 100%, so 100 points in total for the model, but with minus 95, so it doesn't make much sense to use just raw JavaScript here. Again, it's a great opportunity to try to study TypeScript during this model. Or you can go to the next iteration, like spend some time on studying the TypeScript. Yes, it's totally possible to participate in the final task without mentor. You won't get any penalties if, in case you won't get a free slot for the interview. The only thing you will be missing is the points for the interview, and that's all. But again, it's not a blocker. You can go, you can pass this course without having a mentor. You can pass this course without participation in the interview. Okay, question, maybe not to do the first task. Well, I don't know. The first task is about setting up the whole application. You need to choose an API. You need to make an API call to display all the details. So not making the first task actually doesn't make much sense, to be honest. So probably no. Okay, some again repetitive question. Every week we have tasks. Tasks should be done in JS or TS. Only TypeScript, please. Okay. Boomy, but okay. Oh, okay, got it. It's about my headset. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Do we have any apps for chatting and sharing the info? Yes. As I've already mentioned, you need to join the Discord channel. The link to the Discord channel is in the description to this video. So, guys, please take a look at the description and please join the Discord via the link. Okay, tell me more about point system. Can I do week's task to get more points? I don't think it will be possible. I think if you will have some doubts about how you got your points, you can raise questions in Discord channel. The organizers will take a closer look at this. So maybe they will reconsider your points. Will be a broadcast of this translation. Sorry, didn't get this question. Either you are asking about the translation to this broadcast, or either you're asking about the recording of this video. Yes, there should be recording of this video. Okay, thanks. I take it as there is only one attempt. Please let me know if I'm wrong. Well, yeah, basically there is only one attempt to finish the task, but you have a week to finish the task. So take your time, spend it, um, spend it on doing this task, and again, you can use different communication channels to get some more details in case if you are stuck. This is in case if you don't have a mentor. In case if you have a mentor, so you can talk with your mentor. Okay. Again, repeated question about attempts. I think we need more information about the repository. To be honest, I guess we have this information, guys. Again, like repository requirements. Um, they should be here. Okay, yeah. So you have repository requirements. If you could be a little bit more specific about what exact information do you need, and also you could use Discord channel to ask those specific questions. We will try to answer them. Okay. Okay, I'm not writing those questions. I'm just looking at your questions, and I'm presenting those questions to everyone. So it like eliminates the need to just repeat it all the time. So it's evident for all of you. Mhm. Okay, for the TypeScript courses for the TypeScript. Oh, see, it's this course is not devoted to the TypeScript. To be honest, we could, I don't know. Again, you could check some links which we provided. They already include React and TypeScript, so they should give you like the bare minimum of TypeScript, which will be necessary for this React course. And well, we also could use again Discord channel for providing some more documentation if required. But again, guys, need to denote it one more time. But guys, try to be more specific. Some like what information do you need? Like what exactly are you stuck with? Because to be honest, like general question, like um, they sometimes are very hard to answer. So which course? Again, this is a matter of your personal choice. Uh, to be honest, I think it next to impossible to learn both React and Angular simultaneously, especially when you are like new to all this stuff, because they have kind of different mindsets. They use different approaches. Um, what is best for you? Well, like this is will be kind of like rough comparison, but if you're more like kind of OP stuff, object oriented, probably you should go with Angular. If you're more like with like functional programming approach is probably React. will be more for you. But again, this is kind of like very very rough, so maybe it will help you, maybe not. Okay, another question about mentors. So um, let me again just reiterate on this. If you're coming from the previous iteration, from the previous stage, you have a mentor, that probably it wouldn't be a question, right? So we will try to assign students without mentors to mentors during next week. So you will be notified and you will get connected with your mentor after that. So hopefully this will answer your question. If you didn't get a mentor during next week, so well, fortunately, probably you won't be having the mentor. Maybe there will be situations when some students unfortunately won't be able to continue the course. In this case, those like mentors will have some free slots. In this case, we can assign some additional students to those mentors. So, and yeah, this could be an option. Okay. Again, another question about mentors. So if the mentor hasn't moved from the previous stage, can I get another one? Yes, you can, but like it's a probability, right? So you can get it, or either you can't get it. So it will depend. You'll see. Can you use styled components? Well, I wouldn't recommend it. You probably might have issues when working on Next.js. Okay, Andre, for sharing some answers. Okay, I'm going to explain all the topics of this course, so we just will do the homework and study ourselves. Again, guys, see, we have kind of limited time. So we have just only 1 hour devoted to this intro. And I try to provide like as much details as possible. Going into the functional details of each model will definitely take more time, and I'm afraid that like I was afraid that I won't be able to walk through your questions, which is very important. So yeah, please do your homework. In case of any questions to those function requirements, please use Discord channel. And again, use this form. We're trying to provide different means of communication. We're trying to address as much questions as possible. I appreciate your understanding. Will I be able to pass the interview if I don't have a mentor? How will this affect the certification? Yes, you will be able to pass the interview if you don't have a mentor, but this depends on whether you will be assigned to an interviewer. So this is kind of different thing. And how will this affect the certification? Well, again, in theory, you can get the certification without having a mentor, without passing an interview. No issues with it. How often will we have live webinar? Well, I'm afraid this is like the only one. Um, we probably will think about some final task, but again, like it depends. Um, please use Discord, and for the final task, we also will create a form where you can ask your questions. Is it possible to study TypeScript during this week or for doing our task? Everything is possible. No, to be honest, yeah, you can do it. Mm, Again, it depends on your learning skills. It depends how much time do you devote for this, but I think everything is possible. If I have repository from previous EPAM course, should I continue using it or should I create new one? Please create a new. When will be the next iteration of this course? Well, usually we held two iterations per year. So most likely next iteration will be started, I guess, in March, maybe April. Again, I'm not sure about the exact date for now. Uh, yeah, probably spring 2024. So please check the announcements. Okay, can we use class name library to connect to CSS files? Can we use SAS, CSS, Bootstrap, jQuery, OS? Okay. Everything is mixed together. Well, first and foremost, you should not be using jQuery. jQuery approach means direct DOM manipulation, which is forbidden during this course. So you should not be mixing jQuery with React. As for the CSS preprocessors, yes, please go ahead with them. Probably I would recommend using just CSS modules or CSS. You can check the setup. Okay, what else? Oh, yeah, jQuery is forbidden. Thank you, Andre. Okay, I'm okay. Coming from the front-end course stage two, I guess. I am graduate and want to have a mentor. Will be assigned anyways, or there is a free mentor, or should I ask for it somehow? If you have someone like with experience who can act as a mentor and you can ask him, so yeah, please do it. Yeah, like mentors are always in demand. But this person should bear in mind that besides you, he or she will be also mentoring like two more mentees because for mentor, it's mandatory to take at least like three people because on the final task there will be a team and like if mentor is mentoring some students, it's very important for them like, to be a team from the very beginning. Okay, okay. Can we use VS Code instead of Vite? I think it's kind of confusion. Vite is it's basically a setup which uses VS modules, and VS Code is like it's code editor, kind of lightweight with a big plugin system. Um, so yeah, please check some documentation. Um, can we use Bootstrap and SAS during the first 6 months? Well, we restrict you from using UI libraries, Chakra UI, right, and UI. As for the Bootstrap SAS, again, like Bootstrap, it's a CSS framework. SAS is just a preprocessor. Well, again, probably it's not forbidden, it's not restricted, sorry, but yeah, check the vid. Check the vid setup, what is used there. Um, okay, when you start coding? Well, I think you can start coding right after this session. Okay, so today is only presentation. Today is a official start of the course. So, like again, this is intro part where we are trying to show you or to give you an overview of the course. Um, so yeah, probably today is only a presentation. if we make mistakes when we do task and submit it. To be honest, I'm not sure. I guess it's only one time, but guys, some of the questions I might not be answering today. So let's use our communication channels. So please repeat this question in Discord. We'll try to give some more details. But again, from my understanding, for now, it's just one time action. Mm, okay, there are more questions going on, and I think we are almost over with time. Um, will we get job offerings or internships? This depends on your location, I guess. Can't provide more details on this right now. Okay. For the first task, is there any specific UI design for Figma, for example, or it's for our choice? Actually, it's for your choice. Check the functional requirements. Take a look at the provided examples. Um, yeah, there should be some. Mm, okay, now there aren't any. Okay, so we have some functional requirements here. You can check those. And yeah, so everything is up to you. Try to create a good user experience. Okay, I will try to answer some more questions before wrapping up. Okay. Okay. I think there are no more questions. Oh, can I use less? I guess we've talked about it. Yes, you can use CSS preprocessors. Um, uh, Again, I can't provide much details on this for now. So, guys, maybe you have some other questions. Yeah, thank you, Ilya. Thank you very much. Yeah, maybe you have some other urgent questions because again, we are out of time and trying to spend some more to answer those. Okay, how to assign as a mentor if it's possible? Yes, it's possible. We have uh, okay, we have an official way of doing that. We have an application on WhatsApp where you can assign as a mentor. Again, let's please use Discord channel. We will provide. Oh, great question. Can I generate layouts for the school's project using some Midjourney or DALI? Will be counted as cheating? Well, if you're going just to generate some HTML and use it in your project, I think it should be fine. Because, well, if you want to provide good user experience, why not? Okay, thank you, Timur. Okay, guys, if there are no more questions, I think we can wrap up. Thank you all for your participation. I really appreciate that you spent this time here together with me today. Again, just to repeat one more time. Um, uh, okay, last question. More on graphical design. For graphical, again, design is up to you. The main thing here is that you need to create something similar to this application. You can use any UI libraries, right? So maybe you can go with another approach. Maybe you can rearrange those editors and like editor section, response section, uh, like I don't know, be creative. Um, Try to create your own solution for this. This is very important to I don't know, like to improvise sometimes. Okay, great. Thank you all. Again, thank you one more time. Hope that I was able to provide some answers for your questions. And oh yeah, by the way, one main thing here. At the end of the course, we will try to gather your feedbacks using similar form we will be using for gathering your questions. So yeah, appreciate your feedbacks. And again, let me just wish the luck for all of you guys. It's a new journey for many of yours, so I hope that this will be very enlightening and uh, you will be like delighted by this journey. So thank you all and wish you all the best.